every year would do pieces for him as well. Would go and do like safe blocky or safe, pieces, mainline or wherever it might be.
Yeah.
And even to this day, it's we do go to the graveside and on the day just to sort of say our condolences. Yeah, I used to rack here and there. It's there's a few chasers. I remember out at Bunnings in particular running, and then guys with someone comes for chasing us, and the guys with us fucking pegged the can back, and they got the guy in the throat. And I just remember him like really struggling to fucking breathe. The poor came back there late one night again after drinking, and I was doing a fucking turn back there, and got there early. I was sort of like 1, 2 in the morning or something, and had to do a fucking wicked shit. So I thought, fuck me, I'm going to try and see there's a toilet here, lad. And the door wasn't locked. I just literally walked straight into one of these demountables, and it was just like a fucking office in there, like tables and stuff and computers and that kind of shit. I just got up on one of the desks and just laid this fucking wicked shit there on some cunt's desk and just used his papers to wipe my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Mate. So, funny story. I interviewed this bloke on my first podcast, first episode, and we cancelled that one because it was a bit too personal. So, funnily enough, this is my 10th. So, welcome back.
Mate, it's good to be back.
There's no, yeah, cheers, brother. There's no kid's sock on the nostrils and no swimming cap this time.
Nah, mate, that's it. Had a bit more time to cut some holes out of an old shirt, So, yeah, last time the old swimming cap, goggles, and the old 9-month-old sock on the the nose, mate. I couldn't see shit. It was rough. I was sweating up in that bastard. It was hideous.
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of that one. But mind you, it took me. I probably put about 10 hours into that one. But
did you?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, bro, it was so fucked.
You live and learn, lad.
Mate, well, that first episode really changed my whole setup at the moment. So now I'm running with instead of the sock on your nose, I got a sock on my microphone. So,
mate, yeah, and I see you've lost the Zoom, lad. The free version of Zoom that cuts out after fucking 40 minutes, whatever it was. So, mate,
I've leveled
leaps
up.
and bounds.
I've leveled up. Yeah, mate. Look at this. Look at me now.
Fuck. It was only a few weeks ago as well, mate. Like 3 weeks ago? Not even.
Yeah, bro. I've done, like I said, I've done 10 in 3 weeks, which is, I'm not sure many people would have done that in the first time starting out, but I'm trying to take this to the fucking next level, man. And I want to pump out these episodes as quick as I can, and then eventually I'm going to do I'm going to pump out one a week. At least that takes a bit of strain off the missus and the kids. You know what I mean? Like the missus is she's had an absolute fucking gutful, bro.
Yeah, mate. I bet I can imagine.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Yeah, like I said before, we did the podcast. The first episode was with you, but we had to cancel that one because we couldn't put your name to it. But this one, I'm joined by Mr. Mapsone. So
thanks for having me, brother.
Welcome to the pod again, mate. This is so weird, bro.
Oh, mate. It is, isn't
Anyway.
it? But it reminds me sort of almost of COVID days, but just looking like fucktards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
we did a few of these chats in those lockdown times, didn't we, with the boys? And fuck me, cunts were just passing out here. One of the screens would just be one of the boys just cactus.
One too many fucking red sherbets or whatever. But
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to have you back on again, man. Like, you're one of my best mates. Obviously, you're best man at my wedding and all the rest of it. But we've had some interesting times in the past. But I want to get back into your past. And I just want to say, thanks for jumping on the pod. And I just want to know where you grew up and how you came about. Let's start with there.
Yeah, sweet, mate. So I was born and raised in the West. Sort of when I was born, it was into Concord, essentially. So I was there for most of my younger years. I think mum and dad had sort of just bought that house, and then I sort of came along that year, back in '84. Lived there for a good 10 or so years. Little brother there as well. Just nice suburbia, family was probably sort of, middle class. Dad worked professionally as an engineer. Mum was a legal secretary. So, we're always looked after, didn't want for nothing. But so the real great upbringing there, I guess, mate. It's a nice place. Concord, it was probably different then, in the 80s to what it is today. But, it was, probably wouldn't be considered in the city back then, but it certainly is now. Some of the prices are ridiculous. But mate, life was good. Life was good. Just being a hoodlum in the streets there as a young age, doing lots of, blading the neighborhood kids, playing street hockey, that kind of stuff. Just a nice sort of safe street.
Sorry, did you say blading?
Yeah.
As in rollerblading?
Rollerblading, yeah. Used to cut around town with fucking rollerblades, lad.
You know what they say about rollerblading?
Here we go.
What's the most embarrassing thing you could say to your dad?
Yeah, what is it?
I'm a gay cunt.
Right, you were probably riding around in your fucking scooter or something, you puffed up. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was on a little razor probably. Yeah, one of those fucking razor cunts in the skate park. Yeah, but at least I wasn't rollerblading. But anyway, a little bit.
You're right, mate. It's all good.
You put me off.
All good. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Sorry.
No, used to do sort of skate parks and shit like that. Like fucking, there's a place called Vertex out at Padstow. Used to go there.
Oh, yeah.
Place out at Penrith as well. But, no, mate, also it was just something to do of an afternoon, Come back and just cut around the street, whip out the goals and fucking play a bit of street hockey.
Yeah. Did you end up playing for a team or anything? It was just more of a fun thing.
Nah, just a fun thing, lad. Just straight hockey sort of thing. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or so of us neighbourhood kids across a couple of blocks used to come down and just back a puck around.
What's your earliest childhood memories besides the skating? Did you roam around the streets and then eventually see some graffiti and you were kind of like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, I guess like we're talking like when I'm young, yeah, like sort of like what 10 or something, or we're looking, yeah. But you know what, there's quite a bit up in that area because it was where I grew up in Concord was kind of like the Strathfield side of it, like getting close to Parramatta Road along there. So lots of kind of backed onto like a little alleyway, and then it was obviously a main road. So there's a lot of businesses and like semi sort of industrial there back at the time. So I remember seeing it on those walls there in particular, like just the street behind us. I remember seeing heaps of graph along there, just more bombs and like throw ups and that kind of stuff. Obviously didn't know what it was, at the time, but just obviously knew that it was around me. I remember seeing heaps of that there. I guess when I got a little bit older as well, I used to see it quite a bit from the journey from there to school in particular as well. Used to go down through, back of George Street there at North Stratford and just see it up all over that. And that was obviously industrial, sort of semi-abandoned type of space back then, very different to today. But and yet again, that was just sort of all bombed through there, and up along sort of the Homebush to sort of Flemo train track along there as well, just seeing all the boxes there all covered in graffiti and just sort of, it was mysterious to me. I'm like, wow, how did someone get in there and do that? And how do they sort of make a legible word on it, just using a can? So it always, I guess, interested me. It was always, how did that happen? I mean, this was years before I even started to, take an interest in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was there a certain artist or something you were more involved, like more moving towards looking at their work tags or pieces, or were you more of a tag writer, or were you more of a piece? Were you more interested in the piece side of things or the tags? And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, a bit of both, especially those years when I started to sort of to see it, notice it more. Was always like loved art at school as well. So I was very creative and sort of artistic, and I guess that's sort of where I got more of an interest in it. Some of the people I was hanging around were getting involved in it as well. But for me, I've always loved pieces, and I've always respected kind of sit out there just bombing and stuff. But I've really loved just like full color burners and sort of seeing that because again at the time I just how was it done? It just sort of really interested me. Had an art teacher as well. Actually, I think it was like 10 or something. And had this art teacher at school, and he always said you got to have a passion in life, and I sort of thought that was good advice, and graffiti became my passion there for many years. But he sent me sent the whole class on a task. It was an art project. Got to look around the neighborhood and find art, and it could be taking photos of symmetry in a fence or some shit, or could be anything. It didn't have to be.
Flowers
It
or
wasn't
something
meant to
like
be
that.
graffiti. No, it was just meant to be just seeing pattern and symmetry in nature type thing. But yeah, and I obviously did that on graffiti, and my mum blames that art teacher for my later years. Fucking hates the cut, Mister. You might remember him.
I do remember him. He was a bit sus, but
You reckon he used to
yeah,
rollerblades? I'm pretty sure.
yeah, mate, he looked like he rollerbladed, but yeah, he. I didn't actually have him. I had a different one because we went to the same school, and yeah, my art teacher was completely different, man. She kind of pushed me in the wrong direction, which kind of fucked me, man. Because to be honest, I was really involved in art back at school, and she more pushed towards the theory kind of stuff, and it really fucking pushed me away from art. I thought I was doing the right thing, all the theory, the practical stuff side of things, and then when it came to year 10, I was like, this chick just wants me to do theory, and I wasn't about all the historical, French paintings, Van Gogh, and all the rest of that. I was more into just doing more abstract kind of stuff, and it kind of pushed me off, and I was just like, "Fuck this shit." So I went off and I just gave. I pretty much just gave up on school at the end of that. So she did a great job in fucking up my whole school career, really. And
Oh, mate,
but
don't blame the art teacher.
mate, I fucking do, bro, because I've heard I did a podcast with Sorrow. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a young fella, and he had a great influence from his art teacher too, man. And now he's thinking of getting back into being an art teacher himself and pushing kids to get into more of the art space. But it's mate, it's just funny how these teachers can morph your future in life. And if I had a teacher like you did, I mean, I probably would have been better at graph, to be honest. But yeah, it sounds like you had a good one, man. So yeah, so it's just fucking strange how that happens, eh?
Like, makes a real difference, I guess, mate. Yeah, I never knew that about you, brother. But it's a shame that you can have these people in your
Yeah.
life that can push you down different paths.
Yeah, that's it's important to have good role models in your life, and yeah, that one person kind of fucked up my thing. I don't want to go too far into it, but you need to have these teachers that are good role models and teach kids to whatever your passion is, fucking go out and do it, man. Don't hold back, and then obviously you had a good one, so it was good, and it kind of shaped. I guess it shaped your your graph career. So, and the pieces that you've done, man, it's pretty phenomenal. So, props to that guy, even if he was a rollerblader, but whatever, that's fine.
Mate, yeah, and it made sense as well, and that passion could be anything, like it doesn't have to be
Yeah,
art, it's just finding what that is in life. And if you don't have it, then you're not really living a full life. He sort of gestured at the time, and it makes a lot of sense, because I think it is really important to be passionate about something.
yeah. So, what sports did you get into later on into your school career?
Yeah,
Not
shit.
career, but yeah.
Did a bit of a bit of tennis. Started tennis when I was quite young as well, just down there at Powers Creek. So always did that outside of school. Did it in school for a few years as well. It was a very selective team. They only had 5 cunts in it per year, as you'd know. So it was good. It was good to get in there. It was sort of difficult as a summer
Mate.
sport, and I fucking hated cricket. So I'm glad that I was able to play tennis.
Yeah. Because there's only 5 spots for a whole year of people, so it's like if you get in there, you're obviously doing something right. So you must have been all right back in the day. I might have to fucking break out the tennis rack and give you a crack, bro.
Fuck, mate, it's on. It's on.
Yeah, nice. So
what else? Yeah, tennis. Played a bit of soccer inside and out of school as well. So I did a bit of that. That was obviously winter sport. Did baseball, outside of school. So I was at Concord
Yeah.
Comets.
Yeah,
They're still around today. Concord Comets.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah, brother. Yeah. Rocked the nice tight red pants. No roller skates, but used to
Yeah, so you left the roller skates for the tight pants, lad.
I sure did, lad. You know it. And the long socks.
Mate, this pod's going in the wrong direction than I thought it would.
Yeah, what is the topic of this pod, by the way?
I don't know. I'm just a fuckwit, really. I don't know what I'm talking about, but no, that's cool. So how far did you go in the softball, baseball kind of scene?
Fuck, mate, I did it for a few years. I think I gave up maybe sort of year 10 or something. Yeah, and then sort of focused mainly on soccer. Yeah, soccer and tennis just through school. Yeah, also I think I stopped playing club around the same time as well. But yeah, I did soccer right up until year 12, and then hooked myself year 12. Remember, fuck my leg. It's sort of like just even in the preseason, some guy came in, we were playing with the ball and training. My fucking bottom half of my knee just sort of shot out, make it right angles, then back in again. So that
Oof.
was it for me in year 12. I didn't play any sport at all. Just
Yeah.
limping around on crutches for the next sort of 2 months and just getting stoned and and drinking really, and that sort of took
Yeah.
over. Sort of yeah, which I guess looking back on it, sport was always good as a distraction. It kept me sort of away from that. Whereas in the thick of it in year 12, leaned more into that. Into the partying obviously and the smoking, drinking, etc. Didn't really
Yeah,
give a shit about my academics.
that's a usual thing, man. When people they give up the sport, they go straight into because you put so much time into sport and you're fully involved in it, and then you see other people partying and having fun and stuff, and you're missing out because you're putting all this effort into your sporting and thinking you're going to be one of the fucking you're going to be like Hewitt in tennis or some shit, and then all of a sudden you get an injury or something, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what, I'll have a couple of beers, and then all of a sudden it turns into a fucking 10-year career of getting on the piss and having benders and house parties and stuff like that. Back in our day were fucking massive, man. I think I met you a few times at house parties. I don't know if you've got any stories from back in the day, mate.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy ones to be fair. I remember just going to heaps of them, and then they sort of cunts that I knew, sort of on the periphery would sort of rock up, and just I've seen some pretty fucking hectic like house party crashes, come and it's just fucking it's all on. It's just nuts. I remember seeing a lot of that. That's for sure in the last year, but luckily I was on the right side of the fucking team for most of those because some of them were pretty brutal.
What type of jobs did you start off in?
Fuck man, I didn't start working until after school, to be honest.
Okay.
Old man didn't want me to sort of do it, wanted me to focus on my studies, because I was kind of good academically up until around then, up until about year 10, year 11. I still had decent grades, just wasn't fully focused on it, So, he didn't want me, he wanted me to focus on that as opposed to working. Whereas my mum sort of wanted me to work, I think. It's sort of, and again, that probably translates back to where they came from, and their families. A little bit different.
Hard workers.
Yeah. My old man was first generation here. His parents were from Malta. And they were like sort of strict, devout Catholic. Just wanted the best out of them. They worked really hard. They put a lot on to study, and all their kids ended up, going through uni and going on to do, amazing careers, and making a lot out of themselves. Mum's side was more, Aussie. They've been here, not the first fleet, but one of the earlier ones. Sort of Irish and English sort of background, and I think for them it was very working class. Pop was like a truck driver. So it was very much mum got a job as soon as she could, My uncle on that side left, he ran away at the age of 8 or something, for like a week.
Wow.
He was 8 years old. Apparently he was living under the house and mum was feeding him. So I guess different expectations. So I probably would have preferred to have worked earlier, to be honest, but didn't get my first job till I finished school.
Yeah, fair enough. So what were those jobs that you got into?
Fuck, early on, it was my very first job was Domino's. It was pizza delivery boy. So, loved it, lad. I used to just fucking obviously drop pizzas off. I'd fucking probably smoke a couple of bills with the boys in between because they lived in the same area. Go back to delivering pizzas. It was cruisy as.
Pretty chill.
That's it. So I did that. I worked at a restaurant as well in Belfield for a little bit, but similar thing. I was like an Italian restaurant, so delivered pizzas. Just making a bit of cash on the side. Obviously not a whole lot of cash doing that, but started off in that. Ended up moving into a different Domino's and sort of working my way up into like store manager eventually over a few years. So I think I was there for like sort of 3 or 4 years, flipping pizzas, managing the store, all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting because it was customer service, sort of learning how to lead teams. So it definitely helped me, later on having that experience.
Yeah. And then dishing out a couple of free fucking pizzas to your boys.
Yeah, bro.
I remember that, bro.
All the fucking time, lad.
I'd ring up my local Domino's and here's Mapsy, and then I'll just get one pizza, and then like in 10 pizzas sent at my house. I'm like, yeah, thank you, brother. But everyone kind of goes through that, right? Everyone that's working it. Like in our day, it was like Macca's, KFC, Domino's, all the main branches, and then the boys would come through, drive through. I'll get a fucking 6-pack of nuggets, and then all of a sudden you get a fucking big 24-pack of nuggets, and you're like, oh, cheers, brother. See you later. You know what I mean? Even like, I worked in that scene too. I was at Subway, so
Yes.
I used to fucking rack the. Do you remember they used to have a little ticket thing, and you get the little stamps, and you put little stamps everywhere, and then when you got to
Oh,
6,
yeah, that's right.
yeah, they'd give you a free one. So I'd take the whole reel and then just go to school and sell the reel by itself for like, it was like $50. So it probably wasn't even worth it for me, but all the boys got hooked up, and it was fucking all gravy. But yeah, all those little things are fucking funny when you look back on it.
Yeah, fucking dealing and scheming, lad, even at a younger age.
Yeah, bro, that's it. But so how'd you end up getting into graffiti?
Mate, fuck me. It's hard. It's really hard to work out the point that it happened, to be honest, mate. Like, this would have been like 2000, I reckon, around 2000.
Yeah.
Hanging out is more so hanging out, you know what I mean? It's hanging out with,
with the boys.
different kinds of, I guess, fucking gangs from different parts of Sydney and different groups of cunts. But it was just sort of partying and drinking and more of that sort of action. And there were a couple of riders on the periphery then that, that were around that I do recall. But it's probably more so, probably around that 2001 even, that I started just to sketch shit. I just found a word. I think I was looking at a maths book in one of my classes at school, and then thought, oh, maps,
Oh, okay.
And I had a mate that wrote sign at the time, and he sort of was schooled for some older lads that were from sort of Glebe area at his school. He was at, in the city there. And they always said, look, it's important to have a tag that's a fucking word. They sort of gave me that kind of advice. So I thought, maps is a fucking word. So and then I guess I just started sketching. Heaps of sketching.
Did he take you out for your first piece? Like, how did you first pick up a can? Was he most influential in your graph career, or who was the first one to take you out?
You're probably not wrong. I think we were sort of starting out at the same time, to be fair. He sort of had that mentor where, I never really had any of that. But there was a group of us at the time that, none of them really went on to become proper writers, but they'd pick up a can and would just do sort of tags in the neighborhood. So I think, mate, you're probably bang on there. Probably would have been a bit of influence from him on that area. But yeah, it was just tagging. It was started off in canals, so less local canals. You had crooks down there, and used to walk up and down them after school and just see all the pieces along there. Used to use rocks to fucking scratch into the side of the canal, at first. And, obviously we started using techies a bit after that, and then spray paint. And then I guess it was just, doing shitty fucking tags up and down the canal, which is great because, no one can really fucking see them down there. So sort of, cut my tooth down there a little bit. And then just bombing in the streets, of an evening, just in the local neighborhood, really.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how I started
pretty much
out.
where I first met you was, I remember because I used to ride my bike down to Cook's Canal and just like ride around and see all these burners. I remember the first piece I probably saw was, probably a zombie, an atlas. And then I see, do you remember Bren had it was like a piece on a wall, like on the side of the wall, and had like fucking pieces of concrete shooting out of it?
It was sick, lad. It was Brennan Arson. I remember that. It was opposite the Atlas piece down there.
Yeah, I remember. I think the Bren one stayed up longer than the other one, but I just remember those little pieces shooting out. And man, fuck, how these cunts do this with spray paint? And then that's what kind of triggered me. And then probably literally 2 weeks later, I seen you cunts down there fucking smacking fucking spray cans with golf clubs. And I was like, this is a part of the scene that I want to get into. And then I met you, and I was like, fuck, man, this is fucking sick, man. Was that kind of what was the first sight of graffiti that you were like, how do they do this? Because everyone has the same story, man. It's the same as mine, same as everyone else. They see just one thing clicks in their mind, and they go, how the fuck do they do that? And they want to do that. Is that how you?
Similar, bro. Yeah.
Too?
Honestly, obviously I saw it beforehand in the streets, but then once we started to frequent the canals, we used to smoke down there quite a bit as well, just with the boys, and then pick up a can or go for a scratchy afterwards. But mate, it was some of the riders down there that I was just like, that's hectic. Was probably Disc. Do you remember Disc? I think it was Disc TC.
Disc had Cook's Canal on lock, bro.
Right, yeah, he had that all up and down, and it was some of the pieces he had in there were fucking amazing, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I guess that was it. Yep. And that would have been, around that time, 2002 or something.
Yeah.
Then, the zombie piece you saw down there, remember that? There's a big chromey one next to the Atlas.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Even the 6 pieces that were down there,
Yeah,
there's some
man.
mare pieces. I guess they were the sort of the stuff that you sort of saw at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, what was your first piece experience? Do you remember it?
Fuck, my first piece. Yeah, I think I know which one it was. I think I did this. It's either my first or my second, but I remember doing this real shitty one on the back of one of those sound walls that they put up against highways. And I did it for some reason on the side that doesn't face the cars. So it was sort of facing a park that no one will ever even walk into. It was behind a park, behind some bushes in the corner, and I did it there in the daytime, and that was the shittest fucking thing I've done in my life. It's probably
That's
about
probably a
that
good
big
thing,
for a
right?
piece lad. Yeah, oh yeah. I kind of wish I had photos of it, because it was that shit. Well, then after that, it definitely would have been Cook's Canal. Probably that's probably my first proper piece. Sort of I did down there. Similarly, shit.
Yeah.
It looked like a fucking bird. Like I think my S looked like I had feathers for some reason. It was all over the shop.
Mate, we've all done the wings on the side of our pieces.
This wasn't a wing lad. This was an S, bro. It was just rough.
and then moving on from there, how did you end up getting as good as you got? Was it just repetition, or did you have someone else helping you and teaching you on the different levels of letter form and trying to keep it crisp and clean like your pieces were?
Gotta make me blush, lad.
Mate, well, just being honest.
Well, appreciate it. Mate, no, I never really had any schooling. I just did my own thing. I just did like lots of sketches in particular, and then did lots of pieces and lots and lots and lots of pieces. I was just doing it every single day at the time there. And I mean, for the first few years that I was getting up, more broadly, I was probably pretty fucking shit, to be honest, mate. Like looking back at those photos, and they're not the greatest. But when I started doing it repeatedly and then, every single day, I used to just go out and paint afterwards. There'd be drinks with the boys somewhere, and then after that going for a paint, or even after work, I used to do late shifts at Domino's, and straight away I'd be out just piecing, sometimes on my own at night, just along, the trackside. So I guess it was just doing this, just heaps of that, over and over again. And like I said, mate, if it's a passion, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to get really good at it over time. And I don't think I was really good at it. I enjoyed it. Like I just loved, getting up and just painting in, more so trackies. I've done panels here and there, but it was more trackies than anything. But just love the feeling of being out there in the pitch black, just doing the wall and just doing that, spending hours there, just doing a full color piece, and then coming past the next day and getting photos.
Yeah. Speaking of photos, have you got most of your photos, or because some people don't really back in the day they never took photos of their first pieces? Is that do you have photos of your original first pieces?
I have some of them here. I don't know if it's the fucking original ones. Let me have a bit of a gaze. You want to see some?
Oh, look out. Yeah, fucking oath. Chuck them on the screen, brother.
It's in a fucking album, lad. It's not digital. It's
Your screen's a bit blurry for me, but I'm sure it'll clear up when I edit it. But yeah, chuck them up, man. I want to have a look. Might bring back some memories for me.
This would have been my first fucking piece I was talking about earlier in Cooks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The top one.
No, that's not too bad, bro. That's pretty sick. Not going to lie.
Unless I fucking didn't put it in here out of it being shit. Maybe that's my second or third. Who knows? But it was definitely early on.
Yeah.
But there's some pretty fucking hideous ones in here, lad. That's for sure.
Chuck them up. Put them on the screen, bro.
You make me do this, are you? Right.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Other heinous ones here.
The people want to see. Oh, look at that sign. Yeah, I've got photos of these actually. Yeah, this was about the time I met you, really.
Yeah, here's the one I was telling you about with the fucking bird feathers, bro. I think this is at Central. What the fuck is that?
Hang on, I can't
that was
really...
cool, lad.
Oh yeah, Scatty. It's just a bit blurry for me. I can't really.
Yeah, fucking tricky, lad.
Yeah, it might come up a bit clearer when I edit it. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice. That's
stuff.
So I'm guessing that's about 2002, 2004, maybe.
I think you're bang on there, Brad. I think 2003. I think.
Yeah, because that's about the time I started. I think it was 16, maybe 2002. So probably met you guys around 2004, maybe something like that. But yeah,
Fuck,
I
it's
used
a
to
while
look
ago,
at you
lad.
guys and go.
Makes sense.
I used to look at you guys and go, "Fuck, this guy's to a level above me." Like, yeah. And you're talking about how shit you are. But that's it's everyone has that theory of how bad they were, but then you look at the younger generation before you, and they were looking at you like you guys were really good. You know what I mean? That was me looking at you guys. You know what I mean? So it's just funny when you look back on stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's funny.
So true, mate.
But so then you eventuated into tracksides. How did that come about? Doing pieces, and then maybe I'm just guessing, man. Like you had a couple of beers, and you're like, someone else is going out for trackside, and you jumped on the wagon or some shit like.
Yeah, fuck, man. We used to, yeah. I guess when we started off just doing it locally, so it always, if we're out and about around sort of Strathwood, sort of Bellwood way, we just ended up, finding ourselves just, walking around, bombing the streets, then jumping tracks and bombing along the tracks. Before we started actually doing track sides, so we'd get around that way and just doing tags all over them initially, just bombing them, and then I guess moved into sort of doing pieces sort of similarly in that same sort of area as well. Homebush box there used to paint that all the fucking time because it was sort of like just a close local one. But then and then either side of Strathfield, and then obviously up and down Mainline, moved into that, Red Line as well, and then randomly used to do other lines here and there in the later years, just all over different lines in Sydney. But definitely Mainline was the main one early on, because we'd always be hanging out around there. It was one of the boys' houses, or most nights that we could have, the boys over at my house were just drinking beers there every night, and then we'd take off after that. So I was well look it up doing a lot of those pieces, which is just a good excuse for how heinous they sort of were in those early days. But at the same time, we'd also go off and do panels then as well. So we did a fair few in those early years.
No, I remember. There's actually I don't know if you know this, but you've still got a piece at where is in between Strathfield and Homebush, bro. Like it's fucking still there, bro. It's
I remember
that
one.
It used to be a bumblebee.
Yeah. Fuck, I'll have the photo of the cut in here somewhere. That's for sure.
Do ya?
Yeah, man, I'm surprised that survived the years. That's 20 years.
Everything else is gone except for there was a scat piece there, and that got a throw up over the top of it. And then yours was there for a long time, man. And then shrubs started growing up over it and shit. And then half of it was hanging out. And then every time I drive past, I'd be like, "Fuck, man!" I'd send you a message. It's still here. It's still here. And bro, that's a 20-year-old trackside, right?
I think it was about that, mate. Yeah, it was fucking lucky because I remember when I was doing it.
It was a new building.
Was like, because at the bottom part of someone's balcony, essentially. And like, remember at one point, some cunt came out and had a durry. His arms were over the ledge and looking up. It's about a foot and a half above my head. He's there fucking smoking a durry. So we got fucking chased out of there a couple of times. It took me 3 nights to go back to finish that. And in the end, I did like Scatty had a half done outline. I went back and finished his as well. So I'm glad that his one's fucking gone.
You put all the work in, bro.
No, it's it's always the random ones that you just don't expect, because other ones you do and you go back the next morning and at like in 7 a.m., 8 a.m. it's gone. It's already been buffed. They used to turn it over that fast at some point, sometimes on Mainline.
Yeah, I've done some crackers. I thought they were crackers, and then you come back the next day and it's buffed, and you're like, fuck, it just fucking drains your life. And you're like, fucking, all right, I'll go back again. But it's weird that the ones that you don't care about, they just fucking just end up hanging around and fucking horrifying you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Like,
that's life for you.
Like that. There's a guy that posts heaps of photos. Faux Whistle, shout out to him. But he just runs around and just takes photos of everyone. And he posted a photo of mine back from 2013 when I ended up putting on gumboots and trekking through fucking marsh to get to a little pillar. Did a piece, forgot about it, and then all of a sudden he's posted it, and I'm like, is that still there? And it's fucking, it's been, bro, that's 15 years ago now. So I'm like,
jeez.
Yeah, some of the ones you don't care about, they just end up popping up back into your life. But it's funny. It's pretty hard to have a stay up these days, even in canals, man. Everyone goes over each other just like that. But yeah, you've had one of the longest ones on that line. I reckon yours is probably the longest.
Unbelievable. And like you said, it's a spot that you just wouldn't expect just to be up there.
Yeah, it's such a
you know?
main spot too, man. It's like right next to the station. It's fucking wild. Go check it out, people. But yeah. So you said you got into doing panels eventually. How'd that happen?
Yeah, well, I did some, I guess early on and then later on as well. It was never something that I was like full chasing, I used to like write with a lot of lads that were just like smashing panels out all the time, just like real addicted, to doing them. I used to go along, with them, paint them here and there. But mate, I was having a good time, to be honest. Like most times I'll just be out having drinks and then end up being a paint somewhere, and occasionally it'll be a panel somewhere as well in that instance. But yeah, never was fully addicted to it. But yeah, mate,
Probably a good
what was
thing.
my first panel? Probably, yeah. But my first one I think was, mate, I think it was a Millennium, to be honest. My very first panel out there. It's
Was that when they first brought the cunts out and then
yeah,
they
bro. Like
made the paper
that's
and
it.
shit?
Like we painted it.
I believe it was a sky blue.
It was a sky blue, lad. You're not wrong there. It was a Dulux sky blue. And that piece was about as big as my dick, lad, as well. It was like fucking, I don't know what I did. It was a 3 foot fucking piece. Not that my dick's 3 foot, but you know what I mean? It was just tiny.
Big, Don't sell yourself short.
But mate, yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was with Siren, mother mate, Safe. I think he done it before there as well. So arguably, apparently, he may have been the first person to paint them. I know Medicine Crew came through shortly afterwards and did it, and that's when that made the paper.
I thought you guys did it together.
Nah. But rightfully so, man, because our pieces looked horrendous compared to theirs. So
okay.
But mate, I remember that night. Yeah, we're drinking at mine early on, and we're fucking smashed. And I was like, Safe was like, "Oh, let's go do this." And I'm like, "Oh, I could be fucked." And I was doing all right. So we jumped in his car. He had like this real shitty fucking. It was a Renault 10. So it's kind of like a 19, I don't know, 40s car, like a Dodgem car. It was ghetto. It didn't even have any inner padding on the doors. Like it was, I don't know how it was
a steel box.
Mate, it was sketchy as that fucking car. And even when it turned, it didn't feel like you were actually in the car, like more a cart or something. So it was a dicey little car. And yeah, we're drinking there. Bought my bottle of vodka I'm having. And we're just drinking that. It's literally like sipping it while I was painting this fucking tray and not giving a fuck. And we're there, like I said, for half an hour. We could have done so much more in that time if we're older
it's
and knew what we're doing.
That train was the biggest thing to come into Sydney. Probably like the Tangara when they first brought that in. But I remember when the Waratah came in, it was like, oh, this new fucking hectic new train's coming in. And there's no security to fucking stop you from going in there. And you're just having a couple of beers going, you know what, let's go paint this.
It's pretty casual. We had to put the bolt cut a fence there to get in. But yeah, once we were in there, mate, it was like we were just pissed around. Like we were there for so fucking long, and what we produced crazy, in that time, we did end up getting chased out of there. The sectors did eventually come. We hit the legs, ran out. And we're getting in the car. It didn't fucking start, so I had to hop out of the back of the car. My bottle of fucking
push it.
Yeah, my bottle of vodka fell out and shattered. I was pushed out in the fucking car during this chase, and it kicked on, jumped in, and we fucking took off. Unbelievable.
That's fucking crazy, bro. What? So you had 30 minutes or some shit? That's pretty fucking long, bro.
Yeah.
I suppose when you got a Julie with I don't know, probably stock caps or fucking deodorant.
Bro, I was using a fucking like a black dot or some shit or a grey dot. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Oh yeah.
We weren't equipped for it. Like I said, we're just drinking, and then all of a sudden it was just we just went out there, So
yeah. It was the same as my first panel story, bro. I've told it before on the pod, but yeah, I filled it in with grey dots, bro, and I had to export. It was fucking. it took me half an hour to do a little fucking matchbox fucking chromie, bro. Yeah. Other cunts that are full professional train painters did full color burners, and you look at my piece and it's a fucking little piece of shit. So
yeah, well, at least we're both the same in that. Then. Yeah,
bro.
Oh, definitely. If you had that time again,
shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, everyone says that too. Oh, if I had the time back in the day, I would have done a full color burner, but it's just your brain at the time. You're not ready for it. So,
and we had decent stuff back then as well, man. Like Duluxes were the main thing that we used to use, I guess. It was sort of before other paint came out, but it wasn't like we're using fucking like Buntlacks and Plasties with fucking Mr. Sheen caps or anything. That was sort of the generation just before us. So at least we had some decent stuff at our disposal.
Yeah, that's funny because, even my brothers, when they were younger, they just used whatever caps they could use, like, deodorant caps, all the rest of it. But then when caps actually came out, like Molotov came out, I don't know who came out with them first, and then he ended up getting back into painting, and I was like, oh, here's some caps, here's a whole bag of them, and he's like, you can buy caps now. Yeah, man. Buy whatever you want. What the fuck, bro? It was a full mind blown fucking thing, man. And we're kind of transitioning from that stage of deodorant caps
Yep.
into caps. And when that came through, it just changed the whole game now. And even now, man, I'm looking online and I'm seeing these ones that do fucking like oh, where's the camera? Like it does the whole fucking like, bro. You could fill in a whole car in like 2 seconds. Like the caps I've seen online. It's wild the
Crazy.
progression that they're doing now.
Yeah, shit, man. We didn't have a whole lot, did we? Back in those early days. There's things like a sort of like pink dot, blue dot, fucking what was it, New Yorker?
Pink dot,
Some of
New
the skinny
Yorker.
caps.
That's it. Yeah, it's tough. And then if you wanted to find something heap skinny, you could get like a WD-40 can with that little fucking that little like a straw, and you could do like tiny little. I don't know if you did that, but I did. But yeah, it's interesting.
Well, you let all the fucking gas out of the exports as well, and you can get super thin lines there too.
Yeah, or even get the train ticket and then fold it up, lift up the cap of the export, put it underneath it, so you can do a little hold back. All these little tricks and shit that you could do back in the day, but man, it's just jogging so many memories of mine. But yeah, so like, what is there any other panel stories you can think of that stood out?
Fucking yeah, mate. Probably there's another one out at out at Ashfield, and I enjoyed this one because I'd had some trackies there on like one of the boxes there, Scatty and I, and yeah, full colour. I spent hours doing them. This is sort of just before we're out there again, but we came back and got photos, and some cunt had come out and just written fucking like smiley faces all over the pieces. And like these motherfuckers, and we're like, we heard that it was the workers, the city rail workers that were right next to that box. There's a whole bunch of like demandable offices and stuff sort of right there on the tracks. And I don't know how we heard that, but someone was saying it was the cunts that were in there. So we went back like the next night, tidied it all up and shit, wrote dog on it, for those cunts that did it. And thought nothing of it. That was it, you know what I mean? It didn't get touched again really after that. But then it was probably like a month or so later, I came back there late one night, again after drinking, and I was doing a fucking turn back there. And got there earlier. I was sort of like 1, 2 in the morning or something. And had to do a fucking wicked shit. So I thought, fuck me, I'm going to try and see there's a toilet here, lad. And the door wasn't locked. It just literally walked straight into one of these demandables, and it was just like a fucking office in there, like tables and stuff and computers and that kind of shit. I just got up on one of the desks and just laid this fucking wicked shit there on some cunt's desk and just used his papers to wipe my ass, just fucking left it there, walked back out again, got back in the bushes and waited for the train to come and just fucking did a panel. So that was probably one of my most rewarding ones because I just hated it at the time and cunts fucking get one up on you, you know what I mean? I always try and pay it back tenfold. So yeah, taking a shit on a fucking, on the desk. Sitting about worker's desk.
Like SDN paper or some shit. Some guy comes in the morning and goes, "Oh, I'm ready for my daily job," and then rocks up and there's shit all over his fucking papers.
I'm into bed feeling good that night, lad. Yep, slept well that night.
Got him back. So did you get into any? Did you do much racking back in the day, or like, you got any racking stories or any fucking, I don't know if you want to talk about any bender stories that eventually into some crazy stuff?
Fuck yeah, I used to, rack here and there. There's a few chases. I remember out at Bunnings in particular running, and then guys with someone comes for chasing us, and the guys with us fucking pegged the can back, and they got the guy in the throat, and just remember him like really struggling to fucking breathe, the poor cunt. But he stopped running, obviously, and we got away. There's shit like that, But yeah, I guess you rack that. We racked lots of grog as well in the city. We used to make our way into the back cool rooms that were for like restaurants and stuff, especially around Darling Harbour, and just walk in and just walk out with a fucking couple of cases. Fucking great, So yeah, I guess when there's an opportunity, there's always, a way of doing it. But mate, fucking benders, bro. There's been way too many of those in the last, 20 plus years. So I wouldn't even know where to fucking start with that one.
All right, let's start with one where you jumped off a bridge.
Yeah, fuck. I thought you'd bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, have to, man. Have to.
Yeah, shit. That was a good one. We jumped over some fucking cars for some reason. I don't know what we're doing, but we ended up getting chased, and we ran and jumped off the road bridge there that goes over North Stratford Station along the tracks. You probably know the one. And
mate,
took a big ass roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking. I got on the side of it and jumped off to try to land on that little, like, there's a bit of sort of a concrete slab on the other side of it. And I must have
Yeah.
missed that shit because next thing I know, I woke up and I was on the fucking tracks. So I think I sort of hit it and, like, it's a long drop. So I must have sort of slid down the side of it or something, but woke up on the tracks. Didn't feel too fucking great. Didn't even know what had happened. I just walked home. I was like, all right.
Bro, that's a fucking, oh man, how big is that drop, man? Because dropping down onto that platform's probably like 3-4 meters, and then from that platform there down to the tracks is like another 3-4 meters. That's fuck, bro. That's like almost like a 10-meter jump.
Yeah, it would have been, man. If I had fallen, like I was saying, if it was direct onto the tracks, it'd be a whole
You'd be
lot worse.
cactus.
But I was pretty good. I mean, I got the head knocked out of me. I might have been knocked out for like a little bit. I'm not too sure. More stunned, I
Yeah.
guess. But my knee was pretty fucked. I think I hit my knee harder than anything.
You didn't break anything?
Nah, didn't break anything. Just sort of limped it off, mate.
Obviously, you were pissed, so you couldn't feel it.
Oh yeah, that's what they say. They say when you sniss, lad, you're always fine. Because I've had heaps of fucking, I've fallen on my head and all kinds of fucked up shit. Pissed and just like a fucking elastic band, lad. You know what I mean? Like a chicken wing and vinegar, bro. Just fucking bend and roll.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you had a top, like, if some cunt just said, "Oh yeah, I just jumped off the North Stratford Bridge," I'd be like, "You should be dead right now." So, yeah, that's fucking wild, man. And then you had, I'm gonna bring up another one, man. The car crash. Let's go. Bring up the.
The car crash. Shit.
Yeah, let's go with that. Like,
fuck, man. We're just drinking and. Brother got in the car. We're just driving down the road and he just fucking took a corner too hectically. And there's a packed car, lad. Like me and my mate were in the front. Brother was driving and there was like 3 or 4 in the back, and just spun around and then straight into a fucking pole, So
fuck.
we weren't wearing seatbelts. Yeah, telegraph pole. I mean,
where did the telegraph pole go into? Was it into the front or like side where you were?
Kind of like the right side. No, it was like the right side. So it was going across. I was the passenger, but obviously went across and up through the gutter into the pole there. And I got off pretty lightly. I think my face might have hit the little bar that goes down across the front there between the windshield and the side door.
Like a dashboard.
And that cut me open. It split me. Yeah. Oh, no, that pole, the fucking, where the ends of the glass sort of meet that metal strip that comes up.
Fuck.
What is it? The arm of the door or something,
Yeah.
My face would have hit that and fucking buckled open my fucking cheek and pissed everywhere. Elbow went through some glass. But other than that, I was fine. My mate wasn't. His leg was fucked. He had like broken bones and stuff through there, like a high velocity impact. So yeah, we just got out and got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because I remember when I was younger, like one of my mates, he was like 16 or whatever. He got his fucking red peas, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my fucking sick driver." We had a commo, and we're driving around like Concord, and then took the corner. I was like, "Mate, just slow down a little bit, man. I know you got your red peas. Like, when everyone gets their red peas, they're like, oh, I'm a fucking sick driver,' or the rest of it." And then I was like, "Mate, just calm down a little bit." And he just floored it. And the car like turned around on its side, and then I was heading straight into a telegraph pole. And the telegraph pole literally went behind my back and through the passenger side, bro. Like, I haven't told anyone about this, but
shit,
man, like, and we were only going like probably like 60 k's an hour, and it snapped the whole car in half. Like, it was, man. So if we went any harder, like if that was going towards me, I would have been gone. Like, it's just crazy how stupid you are when you're younger, man. And just it's sad, but that's why there's so many people-related deaths these days. But people aren't thinking so. But man,
that age
just
don't give a fuck.
Close calls. Yeah. Hell, is what it is, man. But
did I ever tell you about Astro Boy?
Tell me about Astro Boy, bro.
Oh, here we go.
We're here now.
This was an early one, lad. I suppose I never told you about this one.
No.
Yeah, fucking when I was it would have been young as well, and we were out bombing one night and ended up seeing this fucking Astro Boy, like a life-size replica of Astro Boy, just like peering at us from the kind of some kind's fucking balcony. And fuck it, let's go pinch Astro Boy. So there's like fucking 6-7 of us, and a couple of the boys grabbed the head and like racked it in a trolley. And the rest of us carried the body. So it was like 4 of us carrying this thing. It was a fucking heavy ass, like, I don't even know what it was, like a plaster, Astro Boy. But I think because we were being so red-eyed earlier, like we're off our heads, the cops fucking rocked up. And there we are holding fucking Astro Boy. And the cops are like, what are you doing? And we're just walking across the main intersection there. And we're just like, one of my mates goes, oh, we're taking Astro Boy for a walk. And then we just fucking... Then we just dropped the cunt and we hit the legs, but little did we know we're running down the path where the rest of the boys had gone with the head, and cops had already got those guys, on the side of the fence there. So, yeah, ended up getting arrested for stealing a fucking life-size Astro Boy, and it was embarrassing going to court for that, I tell you.
Yeah. So that was one of your instances at court, eh?
That was, yeah, that could have been my first one, to be honest. I think it might have been my first one when we were quite young. So, yeah, it was wasting a Section 10 stealing a fucking Astro Boy statue.
Yeah, wow. And then after that, you calmed down a little bit, or?
Mate, well, yeah. I mean, in the end, I had to stop fucking painting, because I guess I didn't really get caught too much, I think it was sort of maybe once early on there as well. Like, there was, it was a weird place. It always felt fucking eerie, these places. The sort of places that give you fucking a bit of a weird vibe. This was, Everly Sheds there. I think it's the western side of it. I think it's all, it's very different now, but this is like 2003, 2004. Used to paint that all the time. Fucking loved it there, There was like dead trains. There was like decent tracky spots there.
It's like a playground.
Like a playground, yeah. There was a turn back there as well.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we just did a trackie there, me and my mate. It was always weird. I remember I used to go there pretty regularly, and even like, I don't know if anyone else would have heard this that went past there, but I remember like every time we went there, it was late, it was like 1, 2 or something. And we could always see a fucking Sonny and Cher being played from one of the factories in there. It always creeped us out. It was like, I Got You, Babe. It was weird, playing. Bro. And we're like, is it a fucking janitor in there? Is this place all fucked up and haunted and shit? Like, it just felt really weird, But yeah, I got done there. There was some fucking, I think GDF were hiding there in the bushes for that turn back, We just happened to stumble past them and got done there. So it was the first time. But, mate, yeah, years later, I was, one of my mates actually ended up working in there because it used to be like a blacksmith foundry afterwards. And he was saying that like heaps of people had died there in the past when it was, back in the industrial days. I think it was metalworks back then as well. And was saying that, some hectic work incidents where like metal was vaporized and these cunts are just breathing in like hot metal vapor and just instantly fucking, cactus, So kind of feel that, there was just definitely something odd with that place. It was weird.
Yeah, there could have been some hectic ghost vibes back there.
100%, man. But it's always those sort of places that you end up getting fucking done in, I feel.
Yeah, so the warehouse, the haunted warehouse. Yeah, so that finished up, and then so what happened after that?
Well, yeah, it was sort of, that's probably like the first time that I got proper done, but it was just the usual sort of charges, fucking trespassing, painting, all that kind of shit, malicious damage, whatever it is. At the time, we didn't give a fuck. Thankfully, I didn't get caught again for like another, probably like 7, 8 years. And in the end, just getting caught was one too many times, I suppose, because I was obviously starting a career at that point all those years later. And, working in finance and having a criminal record just doesn't go together, So my prospects in work would have been completely limited. So, yeah, it was, I guess all those years in between, I was pretty fucking lucky not to get caught. There's some real close calls in there.
Yeah, man.
But over 6 or 7 years, mate, fucking so many times that things are just sus. You just get bad feelings about it and you pull away. And for right or wrong, I could have saved my skin a few times, to be honest. And
yeah, man, I was lucky the same. I was lucky the same, man. Like I went for fucking decades not getting. You kind of feel invincible after so many years of not getting done, and then all of a sudden you think you're invincible and go do something different, and then you get done, like me.
Yeah, mate. But I got that on a fucking canal in daytime. It was pretty fucking shit way to go out in the end.
Yeah, that's a bit shit. How'd that come about?
Oh, mate, just painting down the Flemo canals, I think it was, and I'm just doing fucking piece. Done them there a million fucking times. Don't know how we got fucking spotted down there, but obviously some cunt sort of saw us and called it in because. Yeah, you can see it from both sides, eh? Even the DFO side, if you look down far enough, because we're
Yeah.
painting there, I guess, in that little darky section underneath the highway. So yeah, fucking hit the legs and ran down towards that DFO way and then hopped up there and then just fucking chilled in this paddock. And cops were chasing us. And it was fucking weird, man. Like it was, I don't know if you remember it in those days, but there's like fucking sheep there. Like you're literally in the middle of fucking suburbia.
Yeah, there's a little
And
paddock.
Yeah, there's like fucking sheep chilling here. You know what the fuck's going
With
on?
long grass and shit.
Long ass grass. That's it. So it was like pretty long, decent high grass. And I just ducked down in that shit and just chilled there, you know. And I was there for like half an hour and it was middle of summer and I was just fucking sweating my balls off. And I go, mate, this is fucked. I go, surely these cunts are fucked off by now. They're not going to be hanging around. So I popped my head up and then bang, these cunts are fucking here and they bum rushed me, lad. They saw me straight away. So that's, yeah. That's
Like
why
a
I got done
meerkat,
in the end, lad. Sweating my fucking balls off in a fucking sheep paddock, you know, and yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you've just had enough. You've had enough of hiding for fucking 2 hours. And
Oh,
you're just
I was
like,
done,
you know
lad.
what?
Fuck it.
Let's have a peek. And that's what gets you done, bro. You need to be like a fucking Navy SEAL, bro, and just like hide it out for the next couple of days.
The heat was getting to me, lad. I was just done. Ordinarily, I probably would have chilled there forever, you know, like.
Yeah.
But other times where I've done that, you know, it was fuck it. You know the Arnott's factory there that faces the train lines, that long ass stretch.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of other cunts were going to try to do end to end almost blockbusters across there one night, and we started fucking sketching up, and there was a car that was just circling back and forth on the other side. And you know, what the fuck's going on here? So I left all my paint there and shit, and just started crossing all the tracks to get across to that fence against the road. And it pulled over, and it wasn't a cop car, but a fucking cop got out, and I'm like, fuck, all right. And I'm sitting there,
Oh, what?
and they can't get his fucking, yeah, he's probably about 50 meters away, and he backs his fucking torch around, and he's fucking looking at me my way, and he spots me. So I jump that fucking fence, start fucking running up one of those sort of side streets, and the cunt's like, stop or I'll shoot. I'm like, fuck off, cunt. Kept fucking running, of
I'll
course,
shoot my
as you
taser.
would. Bro. And he wasn't far behind me, but I dipped down this side street and then back again into the next street behind a shed. And then ran up the road still. We kept thinking I went further up. And then jumped the fence there and then just chilled in some cunt's fucking shed, lad. I found a shed, closed myself in it, and yeah, it was in there for hours. And
Wow.
Dad set thought I was done. I could hear like dogs sniffing around with fucking, I could hear the chains and the dogs and stuff. Like, these cunts got to fucking find me. So I was just like trying to get rid of shit. I was like burying my fucking city rail key in the fucking dirt in the shed. I was like deleting photos and shit. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I waited there for hours, man. And then I just got up and fucked off. And thankfully there was no one around. I learned from the previous time.
Yeah, street knowledge, mate. Street knowledge gets you out of a lot of situations. But
100%.
Have you got any other chase stories that you can think of?
Yeah, fuck, man. Like nothing top of mind, mate. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, there's so many little fucking small ones here and there. Fuck, actually, Ashford Pools. I remember fucking getting chased from there. Back on the top.
Ashford Pools? Like what, the canal or on the tracks?
No, on the tracks, lad. Like next to the tracks, they had the old Ashford Pools.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had this this massive ass like white roof that faced the train tracks on a sort of a slant.
Yeah, I know.
I was with my mate Safe at the time, just the two of us, and he wanted to do a fucking blocky on that so you can see it from space. That was his idea. He wanted to fucking see it from space and get a fucking like a Google Earth image of it or something. You know what I mean? So
before Google Earth was a thing,
bro. But the best thing was, years later, there was a fucking Google Earth image of it. It was a half-done fucking safe piece. You know, it was there.
He was a visionary. He was a visionary.
But yeah, we copped the chase then as well, lad, and I ended up on the fucking tracks and I think I lost a fucking shoe on the way up there. Safe left his fucking wallet and shit there, so he ended up getting done for that. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember how he got done in the end, but yeah, There's always fucking chases, man.
Yeah. So let's get it might be a bit of a tough talk, but your mate Safe, one of your best mates, whatever, unfortunately passed away. Can we talk about any of that if you're comfortable with it? Like what happened there, and can you tell the listeners about that?
Yeah, mate, sure. It was we're young, I think we're 20-ish at the time, you know, and you know, just little idiots, you know, we're just fucking drinking, doing what we do over weekends. As per usual, it was nothing different to any other night, you know, just all the boys are over at my dad's place there. We're just drinking outside on the balcony and 7 drinks for the night. Got down to the station, got into the city, and he was pretty fucking snissed. I think he drank like a whole bottle of Cougar or something, at my house.
Yeah.
So pretty soon after that, mate, he sort of peeled away. We all continued on to where we were going, and I remember him just sort of going, so you can't, it's this way, and he was the kind of character that was always like very strong-willed and would always, his way was what he thought. You could never, change that. It was very
A free
stubborn. So
bird.
like, mate,
He just
yeah,
go
like,
do his
mate,
own thing.
all right,
Yeah.
we're like, all right, sort of whatever, can't fuck you type thing almost. And
Yeah.
then he walked off over the hill. And we just assumed that he just got in a train, sort of went home or something, because we didn't really hear from him.
Yeah.
And then, next morning, woke up to heaps of missed calls from a couple of the boys, and called them back. And then sort of they told me, what had happened, that he didn't come home, that he'd passed away. And then found out, as the more information came to light, all the boys came out to my place again, my dad's place. We all hung out there just trying to sort of work out what happened. And he did catch a train back. So he missed his spot, must have fallen asleep on the train, ended up out at Sefton, and fell asleep there on the seat. Apparently, the CCTV was showing. Not that we saw it, but this is what we were told.
Yeah.
And then he stood up off that and tried to put his jacket off him by pulling it over his head. And when he did that, he sort of stumbled and flew onto the tracks. And then 10, 20 seconds later, he was just trying to get up. Just to a train came through, and the steam train, the freight, came through and just collected him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young, mate, and it was. Yeah, I remember that day sort of vividly. It's sort of etched into my memory. Remember the weather. It was just like that sort of cold ass, really windy sort of winter day, and having to tell his old man, what had happened. He lived, sort of 4 or 5 houses down. We all lived in the same street.
Yeah.
It's tough. Something tough to do it as a 20-year-old. I don't think I really processed it then.
Yeah.
It's just sort of set me off the rails a little bit, if anything.
Yeah, because being that young, like, something that fucking tragic, like, everyone thinks they're gonna live forever, right? So it's like, if a young fella fucking pass away, man, and you're young as well, like, like you said, you can't process that stuff, and it's like, you probably just, I don't know, man. I've had mates pass away, but the later in life, you know what I mean. You've had that life skill, but when you're that young, you kind of, I'm guessing you probably just go and get on the piss and just try and drown your sorrows and try and you probably still can't get used to it today even, right?
Mate, yeah, definitely. That was what we did that first day. I remember I just out in the sniss and just sort of like, it's trying to deal with it, but not really fully, grieve or even accept it, really. And I didn't accept it for ages early on. I always thought, there's the dad's door, as per usual, he's going to open it, he's going to come in. I always thought that he'll do that for a while, after it happened. But yeah, mate, it's such a tragedy, and even to this day, that's what stands with me. You know what I mean? I'm good with all of that happening, and it took years, but looking back on it now, anything where someone passes well before they should have, that's what just it really gets me. So seeing young people go before it's their time is I find the worst tragedy ever. Not just a father outliving a son, but a grandfather and a great grandfather outliving a grandson and a great grandson. And I remember seeing that at the funeral. He was being wheeled away, the grandfather there couldn't even walk, and he was just had tears, streaming down his cheeks there. And that's it's fucking hard.
Yeah, especially like now, like having kids yourself, same as me, man. Like it's just
Yeah, well, you don't know if you know, but my older son.
I don't want to tear up on my own podcast, but like it's when you have kids, it's a different
My older son, his middle name is named after him, in honor of him. So, it's important. There's a photo of him that I see every day as well, so I always remember. But mate, it was years and years, and then I think one thing that really helped as well was a mate of mine who was also probably better mates with him than I was, to be honest. And his mum and his dad went to see I don't know what you call them, kind of like not a seance, but they went to see somebody around that kind of thing, and it's because his grandfather or grandmother had just passed away, and they were all there for that. So his parents were there, and his parents, or the siblings and stuff, were all there in this room, and they didn't get anything. But then the lady was like, "Oh, there's like a young man coming through. He has a message for the boys," and he says, "It's not your fault." And yeah, that and to be, but it also helped me as well, I feel. I blame myself for so long after that night.
Fuck, bro. I can't even talk now. You got me, bro. He passed away, and then so how'd you move on from that? Like, did you get counselling or anything like that, or how'd you move on then?
No, none of that, mate. It was
Just raw dogged it.
that's it. Probably in retrospect, I didn't realize it was affecting me obviously as much as it does at the time because you're just sort of young. There's other stuff going on in life as well, and it's a sort of pretty formative years. But mate, we just I guess just sort of cracked on and did a lot of painting, a lot of bombing, a lot of not giving a shit early on, around it. So we, just did everything we could just to get up harder. Really, just sort of drove that passion even more. Just painting and painting. Every year would do pieces for him as well. Would go and do like safe blocky or safe, pieces, putting on mainline or wherever it might be.
Yeah.
And even to this day, it's we do go to the graveside and on the day just to sort of say our condolences and pay our
And
respects.
you still keep in contact with his dad, right? Because I remember you guys used to always go down to a certain pub, and then I think it was an Origin night or something like that. And
we did. That's right.
Kind of
We used to
celebrate his life, and speak to his old man, and keep comfort him, and the boys are always here for him. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. It sort of dropped off a while ago now, probably just before COVID. But
Yeah,
I think
it
he
dropped
moved
off
out of the
everyone
area.
during COVID. Yeah,
moved out of the area. But we used to. We had his old man. We knew quite well because we'd always. I think it was every Wednesday night. We used to always go and play a bit of snooker, have a few drinks, and his old man would be there, and then just be us boys, with him.
Yeah.
So we knew him quite well, Big Chris.
Yeah.
But mate, don't know how he is, these days, but like I said, we go to his grave every year, and I do, and we'll try to every year. And there's a little model red Ren 10 there, from that piece of shit fucking car that he used to drive in, and that's been there for years. It just sits
Really?
there. They take away the flowers and shit. They don't take that away. It's been sitting there for years.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's sick. So yeah, like moving on from that, like I guess that situation would have kind of made you respect life a lot more growing up, and then eventually having kids yourself. Like you'd probably more respect life instead of just being a fucking rat bag and just getting on the piss and not caring about life. Whereas life is such a special thing. And then going through all that, like it must have made a big impact on your life going through having kids and stuff. Yeah,
definitely. And it was one of the greatest lessons, obviously, out of all of that is that, mate, you just got to look after your mates. If we had done different things, and this is how it's been racking my mind, or did rack my mind for years, is if things could have played out very differently that night. If we'd realised how the state that he was in, and that he wasn't in a good way and needed us. Even though we all go out tonight, we've got to make sure that everyone goes back as well. That was
that's a good lesson for everyone. That's like all the young fellas and stuff going out. Always look out for your mates. Always have a backup plan. Don't fucking just keep your mates close behind you, like just in case. If one bloke walk off with them. You know what I mean? Like just hang around them, and because some things like this can happen, and it's pretty shit. But these things happen, and it's probably built you into the man you are today. Like even with your kids and stuff, you're probably a bit more cautious with things now. His passing's probably kind of helped you in a way, giving you a positive thing on just helping people instead of just letting them go away. You know what I mean? So it's probably it's a shit thing to say, but it might be a blessing in disguise.
Well, that's it, mate. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I feel, you know what I mean. It's just one of those things. It was taken early for whatever reason.
Everyone's got a timeline. Yeah. If it comes, it comes, man. Like that's life. You could get run over by a bus. You know what I mean? Like it just when your time's up, your time's up. And unfortunately for him, it just came at a shit time. And you guys,
and he was larger than life, mate. He was so full of life. You know what I mean? He was just so crazy, so out there. You thought he was invincible as well. He was just sort of a young 20-year-old. So it happens to anybody.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's. That's a bit of a fucking rough talk, but let's move on from graph and get into a bit of hip hop, man. Were you always into hip hop growing up, or did you listen? Because myself, man, I was into a bit of like heavy metal, like music like that back in the day, which you probably don't know about. but were you?
Can you give me shit about blading? Fucking come on. No, just joking.
Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, I was a gronk, bro. I was a gronk. But were you always into hip hop, or did you have any other influences from your parents' music growing up? I remember my dad used to listen to Triple M back in the day, and Cold Chisel and stuff. It's I love listening to all that stuff. It brings back a lot of
Yeah,
memories.
fuck yeah.
Driving my dad's combi van, but hip hop's always been my thing. But is that something that have you always been hip hop, or have you had some other
Mate,
influences in
it
music?
definitely, it's definitely fucking hits my soul, you know what I mean, hip hop. But probably
Yeah,
really started to get into that, I don't know, maybe like 99 or something, 2000 would have been like sort of 15 or something, I guess then. Prior to that, I actually enjoyed fucking listening to more like dance, electro sort of shit.
yeah,
Um,
EDM and all that.
yeah, more of that. Then I guess before that, like you said, it's whatever your parents listen to, really. Fuck what they listen to. It's kind of like your crowded house type sort of stuff. Some of the stuff that you
Yeah,
just mentioned as well, it's Aussie stuff.
Red
But
Hot Chili Peppers.
yeah, but mate, yeah, always loved hip hop, through and through. It's yeah, can't beat it. You know what I mean? Even today, I don't mind other
Hits the
genres,
soul.
like,
Hits the
but
soul.
yeah, hits the soul. Let's go with that. Hits the soul.
Yeah. Even I just got into recently, like going back, because my algorithm on Spotify is fucking dog shit, bro. It just plays Dr. Dre 2001 like all the time. 50 cents, my homeboy. Like I love him, bro. He's a sicko, but it just keeps playing the same stuff, and I need to listen to something different because they don't. Spotify's algorithm, they don't have a mix of stuff. They only have hip hop, metal, old school. Like they don't have like a whole mix of stuff. So recently, I've been listening to bro Hilltop Hoods, all the stuff from back in my my teenage years, and I didn't realize how much music like had like an effect on me because I listened to Hilltop Hoods The Calling a month ago, and I know every single word. But if
Yep.
you told me before that, do you know Hilltop Hoods Are Calling? I'll be like, yeah, I know it, but I couldn't recite it off my head. But when I listened to the music, I knew every fucking word, bro. It was the weirdest fucking thing, man. Like, what's the go with music? If they taught music at school and just put all the math questions into music, I'd be a fucking math genius. Like, it's so weird how it works, man. Like,
It
even some
triggers
other
memories,
albums
bro.
too,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I didn't
triggers
realize. So
memories of like
now I've been listening
smell
to
and shit.
all.
Yep.
Oh man, like Swarmy and all the old Aussie hip hop stuff. What was it? Oh, fucking funk halls. Man, I know all the words, but it was in the back of my brain. And then when you play the music, it comes back, and it's just fucking strange. Like, do you listen to any old stuff now? Because to me,
Fuck
all
yeah,
the
mate.
new hip hop stuff's rubbish.
Yeah, bro. Every now and then, mate, I couldn't agree more with that statement. To be honest, it's gone through some fucking weird twists and turns. There's obviously some good stuff today, but I'm very much into the older shit. The golden era of hip hop, I guess,
Mm.
um, and like, that isn't just US shit. Even with Aussie stuff. I play songs now. I have old discs with playlists from what I used to listen to when I was say like 19 or 20, sitting out there on this
Oh,
deck with my old man. And when I just go through, even going through it, I know what the next song's going to be just because I've listened to it so many times when I was
yeah.
younger.
The
Back when we used to
sound of the
burn
next
discs, you
track.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it took me back to there, to the moment, to how I was feeling, how I was thinking. Like it really does give you that like sort of time warp back into the past.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia, mate. Yeah, so I guess the hoods as well. It was more like your left foot, right foot, dumb enough,
Oh,
testimonial year.
that's not.
I'm
By the
similar, bro. I
way,
can just
that's not even on Spotify. Left foot, right foot.
I
It's the
noticed that. I was
calling
looking
is the
for it
first
last
one.
week.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's fucking strange, man. I wish I had my used to have the little wallet with all the CDs in it, and man, I just threw it in the bin because what came out after that was like
Just little
MP3s, and
MP3
then
fucking
the
things.
i-
Yeah.
the iPod little turds came out, and then yeah, I just chucked it out. And I wish I kept them all because there was all these like demos. Used to get demos on magazines. There was I can't remember the magazine what it was called, but they used to have like a little CD that was attached to the magazine,
Oh fuck, I remember that
and
as
then
well. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and man, you can't. That's just not on Spotify. It's just lost in. It's lost somewhere. I don't know where it is, but fucking bring it back. But yeah, just going through, yeah, the Hilltop albums, and then you go down to like their, you can go into like their radio, and it plays artists that are attached to who they like say Hilltop Hoods. You go into their radio, and then it goes into like Funk Wars. I don't know, Draft. Remember Draft?
Yep.
All the old Aussie hip hop
Hijack and
stuff, and then
Torture.
your brain, oh, bro, yeah, Death Wish Cast, fucking, it all goes back into that. I don't know if Death Wish Cast is still on there, but man, like, it just triggers so many memories, and you're like, I can't believe I know all these words to these things that are just locked away in my memory. And I guess it's like looking at photo albums, man. That's why I look at I try and print out like all my whole graph career, man. I've printed out all my photos because when you actually look at something, it brings back every story, man. Like I'll look at a piece and be like, I know exactly where I was that day. I know where I racked the paint from. I know where I, it brings up all these fucking hectic stories. But if you have like just a photo on your phone, or it's a weird thing having a physical copy of something, eh?
Like, you're not wrong, mate. Yeah, the digital image just cheapens it all. When you can touch it, you can sort of live it, and you can focus more on it. And you're right, mate. There's an absolute
Yeah,
story behind every single one of them.
yeah, yeah. It's strange, but yeah. So the music you listen to is just hip hop and
Yeah, mate.
the stuff your parents listen to, and then obviously we've been to a couple of gigs. We went to the Wu Tang at Opera House, bro. That
Yes.
was fucking sick. Yeah,
KRS-One at
what
fucking
other?
Emmore. That was great as
Oh, bro,
well. Fucking hell.
great for you, not for me. Yeah, that was a questionable night, but
Oh, that's for sure.
we ended up walking away.
It was
Back with
all
the other
about,
fellas.
peace and harmony. KRS was talking about. It was that didn't
Yeah,
happen after that. That's for sure. It spilled out onto the main road. Yeah.
yeah, that was a tough one. But what other artists have you seen live that you were just like, fuck, this is fucking sick?
Yeah, man. Early on, Master Ace. We were going to a Master Ace concert down there in Melbourne at the ESPY.
Was that the
I think it was around the same
was
time
that
as
the
the Right for Gold was on.
pavilion?
Oh yeah, it's the ESPY. It's gone down that way in St Kilda. That was fucking
Oh no,
hectic,
no, I'm
man.
talking about Sydney. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. No. So yeah, I guess Master Race, sitting on Chrome, all that kind of shit back in those days, like 2005 ish. I think we saw him down there. But
yeah,
mate, yeah, loved all that. Loved all that. Like, I guess, of course, like, Dre, Snoop, fucking Exhibit, all that kind of stuff was always
yeah,
fucking excellent. But I guess going back a layer underground, in seeing that, KRS-One and like Master Race, Dilated Peoples, like Far Side, Tribe Called Quest, all that kind of stuff, fucking loved, and mate, I could go on, you know what I mean? And Jedi Mind
yeah,
Tricks has been into that for years, Loop Troop,
yeah,
Promo, all that kind of gear as well. But even now, I prefer listening to some of the older shit. Even if it isn't
yeah,
like older songs, it's those older artists that are probably in the fucking 50s now that are still
yeah.
releasing stuff. Like Czarface in particular, which is esoteric, and Inspector Deck from Wu Tang. It's fucking sick. I'm like
Oof.
right into that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And then yeah,
Did you get the new Raekwon album that I sent you?
mate, I haven't heard it yet. I don't even have time to finish it.
Bro,
I drank the other
you're
day, but
going to be fucking blown away, bro. Bro, the nineties rap is back, baby. It is
love it.
fucking so back, man. And then even Slick Rick, Slick Rick is back too, bro.
Crazy lad, crazy.
It's a bit more of a like a dance kind of. But his vibe was always a bit like that. But the Raekwon album, man, fucking go listen to it, bro. It's fully 90s boom bap. It's fucking sick, man. You'll love it because I know every time I send you shit, you don't even listen to it.
Yeah, it's funny, man. There's like some of the boys give me shit about it, saying you always listen to old shit, and like, look, it is.
Yeah, because
But
it's
it's
king.
old shit that's new as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's just old artists. That the most of the
Yeah,
newest shit, I find it tough to to listen to, unfortunately. But not
yeah,
all.
bro.
Not all.
Yeah, I think but it's funny because you think classic songs, right? Like I'll know the actual name of the song and stuff, but if you give me a song post, say 2010, I can't say there's any song that I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Like it's just I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the CD thing, and you're listening to your car, and the only option you have is a CD, and you have to listen to the same tracks over and over. Whereas now you can just like flip and flip and flip and go into different fucking genres and all the rest of it. But it's weird that like I can't think of maybe like Niggas in Paris, like from Kanye West and Jay-Z. Like that's probably the last one I can think of that comes to mind. Is there anything that comes to your mind? I can't think of anything.
Yeah, mate, I think you're right. It's, if it gets to a point there where it's as time goes on, those old classics are the ones that are most memorable to you, and I guess at that point then you're watching it on fucking Rage, you're seeing it,
Yeah,
you're buying the
always
CD,
seeing it.
so it's kind of scarce to get your hands on it. Whereas like as the years have gone on, it's just instantaneous. You can just fucking watch it, YouTube, watch it, fucking hear it on
Yeah,
Spotify or whatever. And there's so much more of it. There's so many more fucking artists out there now than there would have been back then
yeah.
as well. So it's just grown exponentially. So I don't know, maybe that
Saturation
contributes
in
to
the
it.
market.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you used to get the little pamphlet inside the CD label, and you'd read the lyrics, and you listen to the song, you keep playing it, so you can read the lyrics to yourself. just look like a fuckwit in your car when other cunts are looking at you.
Fuck, mate. You call me a loser for fucking wearing blades, lad. This cunt's fucking reading the fucking pamphlet out of a CD
No,
case.
you did it too. Don't fucking like
No,
it.
fuck off.
Yeah, obviously your graph career's pretty much over. You got family, you got stuff going on, you got a business, like you're working for a company that you can't get involved in anymore. But will there be a return of the Mapsy on a piece, maybe on a legal wall or something like that, maybe in
Whew,
the future?
mate, I've still got fucking shitloads of paint here as well that I've bought over the years.
Oh,
But mate, look, it's
some old iron lacs from back in the day.
yeah, the rhodium formula, the good stuff.
Mate, that is the good stuff.
Fuck, mate, yeah, it's yeah, I miss it, but it's something that always bites at you. You know what I mean? You never lose that. I guess
The
it's an
bug.
addiction. You never lose that. Yeah, 100%. It's always biting. So, mate, definitely, mate. Right now with a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old, I have time to do fuck all. But mate, I'd definitely be
It's a
doing
bit
something
tough.
here and there. Yeah, because it's even
Yeah.
just catching up with the boys and just having a few beers, listening to some tunes, just doing a piece somewhere. It's something that I miss.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously the foray into anything that was illegal is that's unfortunately
Yeah.
fucking past just with my career and everything.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing that you miss. I think it was Goldie that said this in fucking Kings and Toys. You ever watch that documentary? He said something along the
I've
lines of
heard
the
of
only thing
it.
you lose is the time to be able to do that. And that's so fucking true because for most cunts, I reckon there's there's a finite timeline where you can go out there and just go all city, just go fucking nuts and just paint, because
Yeah.
eventually it catches up on you in one way or another. So it's just that time to be able to do it is the only thing you lose, not the desire to do it.
Yeah. 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 So what's your future plans, mate? You gonna
Mate, just getting through this immediate phase. As you've been through it before, mate. It's hard with these young ones, So each day is just so fucking long, and you're just fucking doing dishes and fucking this and that and shit, just
grinding?
domestic crap. Yeah, it's it's
Yeah.
it's it's hard, But once I get through that, mate, I'm just really looking forward to spending time with my boys as they grow older, go through school, do sports. I'm just really looking forward to that, to be honest. Um, Obviously, mortgage here as well, mate. Chipping away at that. Just want to get in a good financial
Mm.
position over the years, and continue working. Love it. I work for a really good fucking company. Been there for 11 years now. Worked my way up, in that company. Pretty fucking cruisy job, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good balance of work life and life. But mate, it's yeah, keep on trucking, bro. Keep on trucking.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. What like I've noticed. I don't know if you probably noticed, but like AI is starting to come into the technical side of things. Is that something that kind of scares you with your job at the moment, or because it's fucking scaring the shit out of me? It's good. It's good for my podcast because it makes it easier for me. But if there's people that have jobs that are connected to computers and all the rest of it, it's I don't know. I'm not trying to scare you, but like it's a bit weird at the moment.
Yeah, mate, it's definitely changing the way we do everything. And even at work, we use it like religiously. It's used,
Oh,
and it does
okay.
a lot of work. It helps like it's so efficient. It isn't just in like drafting an email to a client or anything. It's you can review shit. You can like, do stuff that took you hours. You can do it in like a couple of minutes. Like I was meeting with
Yeah.
a client. Fuck, what was it? A couple of years back, and this is a business. It's they manage like aviation stuff at a couple of airports around Australia. And I
Yeah.
found it really interesting that this guy uses AI. He literally used it to like do all his policies that he has to lodge with government. He just said, I couldn't be fucked writing the policy. He just asked AI to make him one and he just changed a few words around and submitted it, you know?
So he's not even
And
working.
no, he goes, it's just so easy. And he goes, people like, I get these young kids that are like, just starting out there, just doing sort of casual work he looks at their fucking resumes and they're all been done by AI, and then they get a job and he
Yeah,
goes,
that's a tough
he
thing
goes,
to sift through, right?
oh yeah, and they're like, mate, these cunts can't even fucking know how to wash their hands properly, like. So it's
Wow.
mate, it's
Yeah.
definitely changing the way we do everything, and it's scary. Like even my brother-in-law works and he's like a programmer there, and he's working in the AI division. I remember him telling me this story
Wow.
like this is a few years ago. He's saying a story about how like AI is evolving to like the point where if you give it a task and give it access to like $20 in an account that they can access, then it can actually go away and complete the task that usually requires a human to do it by going on like
Mm.
Airtasker, paying some cunt to go and say, do this particular task. So is that clever? You
And
know
just
what I mean? Like,
make him a lot of money.
yeah. Well, mate, this was more like, go do this and put it there or something. It was like a task that a human needed to do, but it could fake to be a human and ask someone on Airtasker to go off and do that. So yeah,
That's wild.
that's sort of
Yeah.
scary. That sort of world is scary for my kids. I feel that's what scares me a little bit.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to affect your job? I think, yeah, like what you do,
I think
or
I'll
you
be all
think
right,
your job's a
man.
bit more? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot sort of
Yours is more
EQ sort of
personal, right?
stuff. Yeah, it's more like a relationship. It's stuff that really can't be replicated easily.
Okay.
It isn't like a mundane sort of task type thing. So I think these are the sort of skills that would probably be more so needed in the future
Yeah.
than automated, by AI. So yeah, I'm lucky in that regard, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because a lot of yeah, like the people work in the banking industry, the phone call companies. It's
Mm.
man, it's gonna fuck a lot of people's lives. But yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of podcasts on AI creators and like their businesses, and they're like, oh, well, they'll find jobs doing AI creating and all the rest of them. Like, no, mate, you're all these phone call center places. They're all going to be fucked, and all like Philippines, India.
Mm.
Millions of people's jobs are going to go, and it's just like, man, it's so sad to see. But these fucking AI cunts are like, yeah, let's go full steam ahead. And it's like, what about the people, you fucking dickhead? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing, but I guess that's the future, man, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? So we just got to try and move on. And
Mate,
I think the artistic space and getting your mind creative and stuff, which is what me and you have, and a lot of the graffiti writers. This is kind of making us look a lot better, and we can make a lot more money from doing our things, and yeah, that's kind of why I'm getting into this space at the moment. Like it's a bit weird, man. It's a weird time to be alive. So
yeah, it
it's
really
like,
is.
yeah, man.
Been through a fucking
I'm just worried
pandemic
about
and
my
then in the back of it.
kids.
Mm.
Yeah, man. So we'll see where it goes, man. But is there any? I'll give you a last question, mate. We'll go into life advice.
Oof.
Is there any one thing that's like stuck out that maybe your grandpa or like an old timer, or even now, even someone who's like a prosperous business owner has given you that's stuck in your mind over the years?
Mate, yeah, I guess, I mean, don't take my advice because I've never taken it myself either. I've been good at, good at dishing it out, but I'm not great at living it. But a piece of advice that stuck out, I think maybe through my own my own life experience, it's like challenge yourself. I feel like if don't take the easy path. Always make sure you're out of that comfort zone. Like I feel even now, like it's comfort is death. If you're comfortable, then you're
It
fucking
is.
dying, and that could be whether it's physical or whether it's work related. I always thrust myself into roles where I thought, fuck, I'm not going to make it in this shit, and just but I
Yeah.
always thought, no, fuck, I'm giving it a crack. So I think
Throw yourself in the deep end.
100%, and you learn from that so much. At the time it's fucking scary, but you learn so much. So yeah, do that. Whatever you're doing as well, and this is from my old man, make sure you do it with care. Like take care with what you do. He really drew that into me, because if it's worth doing, then it's like worth doing properly, right? So like, don't do a half-assed job. Like if you're going to do something, do it like the best you can, and sort of take care with that.
Yeah.
I guess also just keep it on. In the role that I'm in, I've got to be really resilient. So it's just sort of like things get you down, just get back up again and keep on. Every time it's better to progress than try to perfect what you're doing. So have that momentum. And I think those 3 pieces of advice for me have really worked well. It's a good combination in terms of anything that you do in life. Whether it's like personal or professional, you can sort of apply it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, because the last couple of guests I've asked that same question to, and they've all said the same thing. Like it's pretty much my advice. Like they're just like, just go for it, man. Like I didn't get it myself, so I'm starting my own business, and I'm doing my own thing. So just push for that, and even just stepping out in your comfort zone. That's exactly what I'm doing now, man. Like if you told me 5 years ago I'd be starting a fucking podcast, I would have fucking laughed in your face, cunt.
I would have probably laughed in your face as well.
Yeah, exactly. You did when I told you.
Oh yeah, true. I was only fucking a couple months back. Yeah.
Yeah, but even like people tell you that you can't do stuff, man. Like it's been a whirlwind doing this podcast, man. I've got a lot of support from all the graph community. It's been really
awesome.
cool, but you get a couple of fucking naysayers, and they're like, how hard it is to do this, and I'm like, yeah, I know that. That's why I'm asking if I can have some help, and they just go, no, you won't be able to do it, man. Fucking look at me, cunt. I'm doing it. So I'm like,
you always.
I just want to. Yeah, man. There's always going to be haters, but I just want to. This is kind of thing that I can maybe. I'm not going to show my kids like now because they're only too young, but maybe when they're older, they can just see, Dad fucking he took a chance and just fucking put himself out there. Because like I never used to like talking. I never used to like hearing my own voice, man. Now it's a bit weird because I love hearing my own voice now, so I sound like a bit of a narcissist. But it's a weird change. Like, I'm just trying to do something different, man. I'm trying to push myself because I'm in a job where I can just like sit there just rolling walls all day. You know what I mean? And I want to do something different, and I also want to bring back some positivity in young fellas' lives, and bring even the graffiti community up, and people that are starting their own businesses, even like clothing brands and stuff like that. PSP. I just want to promote everything, and I don't know, just tell people like, don't give a fuck what anyone else says. You can achieve anything you want. You just got to put your mind to it, and you have to be dedicated, man. Like I've been doing this, bro. I'm working fucking fuck. I'm doing 6 days a week at work, and then I'm coming home and doing this shit for 4 hours after work. You know what I mean? So I'm putting my whole heart into this
time
thing.
and commitment into it.
Yeah, man. I hope it works out, and I hope people see. And yeah, man. I'm stoked that I have people like you on the podcast, man, and like all my friends and stuff, and everyone on Instagram that wants to come on the podcast, come and hit me up, because I want to take this thing to the next level. As they say, I'm not here to take part. I'm here to fucking take over. So it's just, man, I'm putting my heart and soul into this, man. So I'm really appreciative of you coming on, man. It's I know you're one of my best mates, and yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, man. I think we might end it here, eh?
Anytime, brother, mate.
If there's anything you want to say, man, shout it out.
Mate, yeah, just love what you're doing, brothers. It's I'm proud of you for doing it, mate. For all the things you just mentioned, and like you said as well, mate. It's your kids are going to know you a lot more than just seeing photos in the years to come, and they can explain to the generations. It's something that's a time capsule there for them, and mate. And this is just great for anyone that's sort of starting out in graph as well. It's a noble deed, I feel, for the community, mate. So very proud of you, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, we'll end it here, eh? Love you, brother.
Thanks for having me, mate. Take care.
See you, bro.